Hello guys. Today we're going to be looking at three giant Chrysler brochures. One is for 2015 200, and then I have two from 2016, 200 and 300. And these are probably the best looking brochures from Chryslers that I have. First of all, they're giant in both ways, page quantity and size of each page, and they're beautifully shot. Now, I don't know how this is all going to play out. This might be way too long of a video to cover all three. So I'm going to put these here. And I'm going to start with this. So this is the last generation Chrysler 200, and I absolutely love the styling of this thing, inside and out. I don't know why. I know this car got a lot of crap for being, unreliable or small or whatever. I think it's beautiful. I drove it. I was considering buying it. This is when they had their whole America's imported from Detroit, I think was their previous tagline. And I absolutely loved it. And I was considering getting it, but life got in the way. And I ended up trading my Buick LaCrosse for my wife's Elantra. And then she ended up with a Forester, which you guys don't like watching videos about that. But yeah, I definitely love this car. And let's start with this giant brochure. Look at this thing. Now you can comment, if you don't like it, that's okay, but I do. The styling, the curves, everything. It's difficult to hold with one hand. This thing just wants to fall out. Yep. And I like the fact that in a compact car, which I'm not sure if it's classified as a compact or a midsize, but to me it's a pretty small vehicle. You could get all the luxury features. So you can get like heated and cooled seats. You can get heated steering wheel. You can get beautiful material, nav system. Like you can get pretty fully loaded one. I mean, they went up to like 30 some grand, to compete with Camrys and Accords, which maybe that was the problem. Which they shouldn't have tried doing that. They should have maybe just stuck to something that they do better, like maybe keep it a little bit cheaper. But I definitely enjoy it. So here you go. They're comparing it to a fine clock, to a class exclusive 9-speed transmission, which possibly could have been a mistake. They have that whole, old school Detroit Americana stuff with up to 36 mpgs. Now, I see a lot of pictures here for different components, and I'm amazed, how much paper and material it took to make this brochure. Yeah, and here is the thing. When it comes to the interior, I really love it, and I still do. Just looking at the steering wheel, not the fact that it's heated, but look at these gauges. Like, don't you think that these are classy looking gauges? You have small needles, you have circular things, you have a pretty big display in the middle, for 2015. And you have the white and the black and contrasting, and you have the new Chrysler wings. The transmission, this selector, I'm not too thrilled about, but they did a whole thing about how it will save space. You have Gotham looking thing, which is probably somewhere from Detroit. You had all-wheel drive as an option. You had fog lights. Yeah, like, to me, this is a pretty good car. Like, to this day, like, I wouldn't mind having a used 200C. Which you didn't get like the V8, they just called it C to kind of mimic the 300. So this is where they're doing their all-wheel drive spiel. Wow, it is really difficult to hold this thing, and either that or I'm weak in I don't know, like extended arms here. Yeah, so I love this display and these gauges, absolutely. So check this out. So it'll do self-parking too, which was for a smaller car that was pretty rare. Easy to view LCD. It will glow different colors. It would have radar cruise control. It will tell you when to shift. I mean, why didn't this car sell better than it did? Now, the whole reliability thing, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know enough about it to comment freely as far as what problems it had. I'm guessing maybe it was with that 9-speed transmission. It's possible. Maybe engines were bad. I don't know. But I would love to own one of these someday. Preferably the 300, but 200 is good too. Yeah, self-parking, park assist, all these extra buttons here. And, you know, when I was looking for it, I had a hard time finding actually a 200Cs. Yeah, I keep saying 300. To test drive, but I did, and I wanted to test drive the one with all the features, and for some reason they were really difficult to find. Most of the dealerships had like the S, the sporty version, which I don't really care too much about it. And I think this is actually the S version. You know, everything is blacked out. You have blue accents instead of the wood accents. You have like a sporty steering wheel. Look how dark it is. I can see my own reflection. Yeah, but I would go with that luxury C. Yeah, so they made a big deal about this storage thing, you know, with the rotary shifter. You can put like a purse, and you had an outline of Detroit there. Size pass-through. Yeah. So all that stuff. And then you have all the different ways this thing can slide around. All right, had to actually interrupt my filming, so I'm filming it the next day, so the lighting might be a little off. But where we left off was they're really emphasizing all the different ways this middle console can slide. You got the cup holders, you got the halfway cup holders, you got all the way back cup holders. There's storage. I think they really trying to oversell the whole idea. But also interesting to see how you do have a power outlet for the passenger. You do have rear vents right there for the back seat. So got all the different modern outlets here. So they did put a lot of thought into it. Now, the whole white interior, I mean, it is nice. I would not object to having it, but I am also wondering how long will it remain so clean? And that's for any car. But, you know, you have the very nice contrast white with the wood, so I'm guessing that's from the C series. Yeah, so I don't know, beautiful car. For whatever reason, I think these are beautiful. And this brochure is beautiful too. So, okay, you got the all-wheel drive. You got all the safety and security with the radar sensors. You have all the safety stuff on the road here. Something along the line of, I don't know, the steering wheel might give you some sort of feedback. I'm guessing, like, if you're not centered in the lane. You have parking assist. I mean, man, oh, whoa. This thing is so huge, I actually hit the tripod. So, yeah, I mean, they really put a lot of effort into this thing. Oh, their safety material and all that stuff. Oh, their factory. I mean, they must have been really proud of this thing. At least when it came out, they had high hopes. Yeah, so you had LX Limited, 200S, C, S all-wheel drive, C all-wheel drive. So yeah, you had like 6 trim levels, all the different options, a lot of different packages. And that was the thing. Like, that's what attracted me to it, that you could get a very loaded up, pretty small car. Which, like I said, I did consider at the time. Look, you could have even got a 200 hat. And a sweater. I don't know, some of it is Chrysler. You could have got 200 cufflinks. I think people who wear cufflinks generally don't drive, you know, compact to mid-size cars. Oh, they're different rims. So definitely high class. So because this video and this brochure is kind of giant, and I got 2 more giant brochures, which this one was in particularly interesting, the 300. Look, doesn't this look like if you turn it this way, doesn't this look like a Lincoln brochure, like a Lincoln star? Yeah, at least it does to me. So yeah, so we're gonna leave these for next time, and we'll see you next time.